Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. I'm High Priestess Elif. If you are part of my community, thank you so much. It's nice to have you here once again. If you are new to my channel and your guides have just led you here, you feel drawn to receiving this message, then welcome. If you do find that you enjoy my energy, then go ahead and subscribe, like, share, and comment. Let me know how the message resonates with you. Okay, so I'm doing a mid-month check-in for some of my zodiac signs, and today, well, I'm doing this reading for Cancer, for my Cancerian collective. We're taking a look at what Spirit wants you to know at the moment, whatever comes up for you. We're looking at, this is a general reading, and we are just going to see what comes up for you, okay? So Cancer, Spirit says that this is a very sensitive, introspective phase that you're going through at the moment. You're sensitive to a lot of things. You're sensitive to what's happening around you. You're sensitive to how you are responding to certain things. You're sensitive to what's happening inside of you, physically, psychologically, emotionally. You're sensitive to how your body's responding to the environments that you are exposed to, the relationships that you are exposed to, the food that you eat, how you're treating yourself. There is a sense of belonging that you are becoming aware of is part of your search at the moment. Where do you belong? Searching for that sense of belonging in a tribe or in a relationship. Okay. This can be a very, very tricky thing because before we can know what complements us, before we can know what works for us, before we can know what fits with us, we need to know who we are. And often we do it the other way around. We search for a sense of belonging, which is a sense of validation, a sense of resonance outside of ourselves, in experiences with other people, in relationships and in situations. And in my experience, that is a sure recipe for disaster and for disappointment, because other people are searching for aspects of themselves in you the way that you are searching for aspects of yourself in them. And so it is someone that is searching to fill a void from someone who is also searching to fill a void, and it doesn't work. That sense of belonging is important to you, and you should absolutely give it all of your time and your attention and as much love and consideration as you can. But allow yourself to be fully aware of what complements you and what doesn't. Get to know yourself and what works for you. Listen to your body, listen to your emotions, listen to how your body responds to certain situations. If it is with stress, if it is with anxiety, if you're left feeling drained, or you're not feeling as energized as you are used to feeling, then perhaps there are some changes that need to be made. Okay. Now you might also have Taurus or Capricorn in your chart, but you could also be dealing with one of these signs, a Taurus or a Capricorn. Both of these are earth signs. So you could have strong earth element in your chart, but you could also be dealing with an earth sign. You could be dealing with somebody that has these signs in their chart. What Spirit wants you to be aware of at this moment in time is that you need to be boosting your self-worth, which goes back to what I said initially. Boost your self-worth. and be practical about how you're doing things. You know, we can have the idea of boosting our self-worth, and we can be uttering positive affirmations, and we can be saying all the right things. But if the practical measures that we take contradict that, then it works against us to some extent. You've got to be practical. Be conscious and aware of what you are investing in at the moment. Invest in yourself. Invest in boosting your self-worth, in building it, developing it, and allowing space for you to feel more confident. That confidence comes from a sense of certainty in your ability to take care of yourself, in your ability to make good decisions. And so it stems from trust. So you need to be practical about the decisions you make, and you need to ask yourself, does this contribute to me keeping the promises that I've made to myself? Is this a healthy investment? You've got to reevaluate what you consider to be success, Cancer. You've got to reevaluate, what is your definition of success? We have been programmed and guided to believe that success looks a certain way, that you need to have achieved and obtained certain things at a certain period of your life. And this is a false premise. Many people think that success is how many people approve of you, how many people like you, how many people love you. That's success. That means you're doing the right thing. If people like me and love me, then I must be doing the right thing. And you just cannot give your power away like that. You cannot invest your self-worth in other people's ability to recognize and validate you. You cannot depend on other people being in a high vibration, in a good place with themselves, whenever they come into contact with you, so that they can validate and confirm your worthiness, because we're human. The way that you have ebb and flow, and the way that you have good days and bad days, and the way that you have days where you are more in alignment than others, is the same with other people. So what you're doing in essence is you are now depending on somebody else to constantly confirm who you are on any given day, or other people. And when they find themselves not being in a great place, they pour that bile and that venom over you, and then you take it as your own. You take it personally. You identify with that because you're so busy identifying with and perceiving yourself through the eyes of other people. And it's not possible. They don't have the ability to do that. They're not able to honor you in that way because they cannot do it. It's just not sustainable. People can be fickle. You and I can be fickle. And some days I treat myself better than others. My responsibility to take care of someone is only with me, really, and you've got to make that your own responsibility. And when we tend to ourselves first, then we can come forward and step forward to other people in a higher vibration and contribute to and add to their already existing relationship. But you really have to take a look at what you consider to be success, because there is a definition of success that you hold that has not contributed positively to your relationship with yourself. And it's time for you to move in a new direction. You are being guided into a new direction at the moment. And it's not going to match the old belief of what success is. And if you are still holding on to that old belief of what success is, then this new direction is not going to look good to you. So what if you don't have the perfect partner at this point in your life? So what if you are not yet married and all your friends are? So what if you're not driving a particular car, or if you don't have a particular status or profession? So that when you meet people, you can say, oh, I am this or I do this, and that automatically puts them in a certain regard, in puts you in a certain on a certain level in their eyes. That's what I'm saying. You've got to stop seeing yourself or wanting to see yourself through the eyes of other people and wanting to gain approval from others, or from society, or from these old beliefs of what success is. You need to let a lot of that go. Success is not things. Success is how happy are you without the conditions, irrespective of the conditions. How good do you feel in your skin because your relationship with yourself is so amazing? When you ask yourself, how happy am I in this moment, and you say, I'm not that happy because there's the conditions. I'm not that happy, but you know what? I'm going to love myself a little harder today. And my goal is that I'm going to feel comfortable in my skin, and I'm going to feel happier in this life that I have and that I'm creating for myself within the next few hours. Or I'm happy because today I got a message from so and so, or I'm happy because today that person validated me, or I'm happy because today I'm happy because I've got this, that, and the other. It's conditional. And so when those conditions are not there for you on a particular day, you can't be happy. And so you're constantly going to be chasing for conditions. And in order to do that, you need other people to be a part of that. You need other people to step up and provide you with those conditions. And as I said, it's not sustainable. It just doesn't work. And we all know that. Those of us who have been here on this earth plane for more than 20 years or 25 years, we've learned that. We've realized that. We can have the conversation about how other people hurt us and disappoint us over and over, but the reality is that there will always be people who are going to hurt and disappoint us. Just how we hurt and disappoint ourselves on a daily basis. What else can we expect? We are human and they are human, and it's not their job to validate us. It's not their job to become a part of our concept of success. So, reevaluate your success. Some people are holding on to things because they feel that if they have to let go of something that has really died down long ago, that they're no longer happy in, then they're going to have to give up certain things. And who am I then? I'm going to be left with nothing. And who am I then? A failure. A failure because now I no longer have that status, or now I no longer have those things that I had in that relationship, even though I'm unhappy and I'm miserable in it. Reevaluate your definition of success. And then set time aside to achieve your goals. One by one on your list. Don't focus on them all. Focus on them one at a time on your list and set an intention to achieve it. This is also going to help you to build your self-esteem and to develop your relationship with yourself. Okay? And if there is a relationship or a situation that you are in, possibly with an earth sign, that you have stayed in because you don't want to feel like a failure, or you've invested in this relationship in so many ways, and if you walk away from it, you feel like you'll be left with nothing. Then make a list of little things that you need to do to gain your independence in the situation, and just do them one at a time. Okay, now let's see what other advice Spirit has for you, Cancer. Okay, so Spirit says that there are times when we know, we get a feeling, and we can see that things are not going to work out well, because we've had previous experience, and we start to see, it's just like when you see the sky looking a certain way and you feel the temperature, you begin to understand that that's what it feels like before the rain comes. And then you are able to predict the rain moving forward. And that's just because you have become aware of the elements and the atmosphere and the contributing factors that normally lead up to rain. So Spirit is saying that you have become aware of what we can call red flags, or intuitively aware of when things are going to go wrong. But this is something that you can begin to use to your favor. Instead of accepting that, okay, this is how it looks when it goes wrong, you can look at it and you can say, okay, well, now the elements are presenting themselves to me, so what can I do to contribute to a favorable outcome here? What is the outcome that I would like here? So the rain may be coming. It looks like the rain is coming, but and that excites me, or that doesn't, because I feel like it's going to ruin my day because I've planned a picnic. I'm just making an analogy. So instead of feeling despair and hopeless because, oh well, the picnic's been spoiled and the rain is coming and now I can't enjoy it because I'm waiting for the rain to spoil my day, you can see it as though there is favor, that you are being guided and given the opportunity to make a decision, to get out ahead of it and make a different decision. And you can decide, I'm going to take my picnic inside, and then we're going to sit by the window so we can see the rain fall, but we won't be wet, and it's going to be beautiful. Don't automatically give up and allow yourself to drift into despair because you've had previous experiences that didn't work out well. You didn't know better then. Now you know better, and you can equip yourself with a different outcome. Same elements. But instead of standing there and expecting and accepting that things are going to be ugly and ruined, you can take control. You can decide that this is happening for me in some way, and this is contributing to an even better outcome. I just need to allow myself to be open to seeing that. And then I need to be open to making the adjustments to allow for that. So Spirit is saying, even though you've had experiences where you might have had the same awful thing happen to you twice or thrice. You know the saying 3 times is charm? It is an ancient magical wisdom and knowledge that things happen in 3s. And that closes out the cycle. And you get to close out the cycle. You can absolutely make the most of that and close out the cycle. You don't have to just sort of accept that, oh well, this always happens to me, and You can make this experience beautiful, and you can decide and open yourself up to the various ways that that is possible. Whatever it is you're facing in your life at the moment, you can do that. And in your allowing to do that, you balance the karma, and you allow for the cycle to close and for things to shift. And then the next thing that you welcome into your life will not resemble the old things. That cycle will be closed. That karma will be balanced in your life. Okay? Spirit is saying that for many of you, you've been receiving a lot of guidance from your guides and keepers, and some of you have even been receiving communication from your loved ones on the other side. If you are missing someone that is on the other side, please know that they are with you. And all you have to do is allow yourself to listen, to have conversation with them, and to be open to receiving their love. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What else is it that is happening for Cancer at the moment, for this Cancer collective? What else is happening for them at the moment? Okay, so some of you have really just been in a sort of state of pause. Some of you have stopped communication with somebody altogether. Some of you have blocked communication from someone, and you feel as though you're stuck and there's no movement forward, but you are okay with this because you're trying to figure things out. There's a bit of retreat and being withdrawn, taking time out and pausing from a situation. And that is because there has been, for some reason, you just cannot ground this situation. You keep finding yourself feeling dissatisfied. And this is probably the best thing that you can do. Spirit has been wanting you to get to this point where you just take a step back, go into meditation, pause on the subject, block the subject completely for a while so that you can gain insight. It is not something you want to do. You're almost feeling resentful because you feel you have to do this and you wish that things could be different. And be mindful of that. As I said to you before, you need to look at a situation that you have a negative association with, because you feel like, oh, this always happens to me, and when are things ever going to come right? And you need to realize it's the way that you look at it that keeps healing the negative energy around it and the negative association. You have the opportunity to look at it and say, you know what, this is happening again. But this time it's happening so that I have the opportunity to balance my karma and the way that I see things here, to reevaluate what I consider to be success. Success is not always getting what you want. Trust me and many other people that have had success or whatever they've wanted, and then they regret it and they think, oh my goodness, I thought I wanted that, but I actually didn't. And then they're stuck with it, and then they've got to sort of work their way out of it because they asked for it. It's not always everything is not always what it seems. And sometimes what you want is not always what's good for you. Sometimes we want things a certain way before we're even ready for it. And that doesn't work out well either. So appreciate the opportunity to expand and to become aligned with what you really want, to allow yourself to open up to the energies for more success. And that is what this is. Even though it looks as though things are not working out for you, and it's just a frustration and you wish that it was different, and now you're feeling a little bit rejected, or you're feeling abandoned, or whatever the case may be, you have the choice to look at it differently. You can say, the divine loves me and I love myself, and I know what's best for me. And I know that right now I need to have time for me. And having somebody else or other situations in my life that demand my focus is not going to honor me. I'm so grateful at the moment that the universe is giving me an opportunity to be with myself so that I can build this foundation that is going to hold everything that I want, and that I can then know and trust that it's not going to collapse. What is the point of me getting what I want now when it's going to fall apart in the next few months or in a short period of time? That is cruelty. And the universe is not cruel. And my higher being is not cruel. You get to choose how you want to see it. And right now, I really miss doing this, that, and the other, but nothing stops me. I can do that with myself. I can do that with a friend, and I can allow myself to be fully present with it. It is so easy for us to start to become obsessed with and focus on what we don't have, that we completely disregard everything that we do. If you didn't have your health, if you didn't have your mental health, if you didn't have access to a roof over your head or food on the table, you wouldn't even be thinking about whatever it is that you feel bothers you today, because that would be more important to you. So focus on those things that you do have, that you can be grateful for, because they matter. Focus on the fact that your body is working in beautiful harmony to maintain your health and well-being. Focus on the fact that you do have access to so many amazing things, and bask in that. Because the moment you start to look at the positives in your day and how something could be serving you even when it feels like it doesn't, that's where things start to turn around. So this is actually, I'm seeing that some of you are resentful about how things have turned out, and you just feel forced to sort of go into this pause, into this, to take the step back. Don't see it that way. You have a choice. Well, you can see it that way if you want to, but you have a choice. And if you continue to see it that way, then you just keep yourself stuck in that cycle. But you're not imprisoned. You can set yourself free. The prison is here. And that's the choice that you get to make. What is happening with the person that my Cancerian collective has on their mind at the moment? This person is still working really, really hard on trying to gain control and trying to master all that they are and all that they have. And at the same time, they are manifesting this. They are manifesting a different outcome with you. They really, really feel, they still feel passionate about coming towards you. They still feel passionate about you, but they do feel burdened in this connection. When they think about you, it just feels like they still need to get there. They just feel burdened. They don't feel free and like the energy's opened up for them to come forward towards you. They think about everything that is a hindrance between the two of you and everything that's happened, and they just feel burdened. But the good news is, and this is the thing, even though they feel burdened by the responsibility of becoming more so that they can be worthy of you, and becoming more so that they can be worthy of what they want, which they associate with you, this person's not giving up. They feel the emotions are still there, the love is still there, but the emotions overwhelm them at times. The connection with you, and when they think about you and the situation and what has been and where you guys are at the moment, they feel emotionally overwhelmed. This person wants their search is to feel like they are more in control of their lives and the decisions that they make. This person does not want to feel as though they are not enough and are manipulated by other people's expectations and that they've constantly got to meet it. They want to be loved and accepted the way that they are. And that is what they are searching for. They don't want to feel that they've got to change all, that they are not enough. And for some reason, this is something that comes up when they think of the connection with you. There's something that they would like to say. There are certain things that they've kept hidden from you. Perhaps because they didn't know how you would respond to it. They didn't trust that you would respond in a positive way to it. Also, they're not trusting their intuition with this connection at the moment. This person sees you as someone that has had a huge impact on their life. Huge impact. And whenever they think of the ideal person, they think of you. Okay, let's look at what Spirit wants you to know in other areas of your life, perhaps family or money. Let's see. There's healing that's supposed to take place. This connection has a strong energy of healing, but it's blocked at the moment for some reason. And that is because of fear to move forward. Okay, so it's coming up for me that a new cycle is supposed to come into your life at the moment. And there is a definite energy of letting go, to allow letting go of old perspectives on what success should be. Letting go of things that don't serve you. Letting go of an idea of how things should be. Letting go of beliefs and behaviors that don't serve. Possibly moving away from certain things or certain subjects altogether. For some of you, there might be some travel. For some of you, you might be moving to a different city or a different state. And some of you have decided that it is better for you to be independent on your own and single for a while, so that you can allow for space. You can allow the space or the transition period from the old to the new. Old energy to the new. Working on your intuition, working on your foundation, on building your empire, your castle, not feeling the need anymore to believe that the castle must have a king, must look a certain way for it to look as though you're doing well or it's successful. Possibly reuniting with old friends and gathering, spending time with them, socializing, having fun. And doing your work. investing more time and energy in your work, in your independence, in your inner stability, and also on working on your finances. You're not feeling very attractive at the moment, and you're not feeling very confident. Because it's almost as if you're wanting to hide from the world so that you are not tempted to think about relationships or a relationship, or it's as if you just want to hide from potential suitors of people that might be interested in you. And you can do that if that's what you feel you want to do. But you don't have to accept offers. You don't have to be open to a romantic relationship if all you want is friendship. You don't have to be open to a romantic relationship if you're not interested. You can say no. You don't have to hide yourself, and you definitely don't have to feel that because you don't have a successful relationship in your life. Now, I know this makes sense mentally, and we can all say this, but sometimes what we say and what we think and what we feel about ourselves is very different. And that's where you've got to go. You're not unattractive, and there's nothing wrong with you because you are working on your energy vibration when it comes to romantic relationship. Everybody can have a partner, but the world is filled with unhealthy connections. And we're all searching for healthy connections, and that takes taking a step back and allowing yourself to work on this connection. Now, relationships take a lot of work. So what makes you think that spending a couple of days working on yourself is enough for you to be ready for something long term? It takes years to build a foundation. What makes us think that a couple of days here and there? It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing, and it takes a long time. It's taken me more than 7 years. Now that might seem like a very long time, but let me tell you something. Being in a toxic relationship for 7 years is so damaging. It's worth it. It's worth it. And some people don't take that long. But the point that I'm trying to make is, are you worth it? Do you matter enough to you? Because if you don't, you cannot expect that you will matter to anybody else. Like attracts like. You might have a choice to make, as I said, with work or money, career or business, to possibly move or to change your career or to adapt somehow. You're feeling like something, like there's space for something different, like there's space for something else at the moment. And to possibly move. And that might be a good thing for you if that's something that you're feeling a strong desire for. But at the same time, there's a lot of confusion. So if you are thinking of making these changes so that you can just pour your energy and your focus elsewhere, give yourself time. Don't be impulsive. Make sure that you are in alignment, that you are vibrating in a place of clarity, and then move. And then make your next step. Spirit says that whether you see this or not, or know this or not, strength is coming into this connection. Strength is coming. That means that there is a releasing of the ego more and more as the days go by. And a trusting of intuition. So have this 10 of Cups in this connection with you. This happily ever after. In this nurturing, loving, stable connection with the person that your person sees as a wife, as a potential wife. But you've got to continue to stay in this energy of rest, restoration, meditation, and pause, taking a step back and detoxing from, and realizing that there are certain things that you have to reevaluate within yourself, so that this healing can continue to take place and take place more rapidly. Okay, let's see what what advice Spirit would like to give you, further advice. I think it's pretty clear already, but let's just see. Spirit says there's more to the situation than what meets the eye. And you need to focus on your perspective. What you choose is your reality. How you choose to respond to your reality. And you need to continue, just keep staying in this place of pause, where you are detoxing from your expectations and the situation, to allow for the cycle to completely be closed out in your life and to gain new clarity. You might feel like this is difficult for you, but I'm telling you now, this person, when they think about this connection, even though it really means a lot to them, they feel burdened by it. And Spirit is saying, remember that your life is blessed and abundant. And there is so much sweetness in your life, and you need to just allow yourself to focus on that and be present with that on a daily basis, so that your prayers can be answered, so that you can allow into your life what it is that you have called forth, what it is that you desire. Give yourself time to come into clarity, to reevaluate what you believe success to be. Set those goals in your relationship with yourself, and keep the promises that you make to yourself. One by one, achieve them. Allow yourself to move in a whole new direction. Allow yourself to be anew. Be practical about implementing the changes that you know you need to implement. Okay, Cancer, that has been your mid-month reading, your mid-September reading. I trust that you've received the guidance that you need today. If it resonates with you, comment, let me know how. Do what is best for you. As always, the advice here is very, very clear. And yeah, love and light to you. If you're interested in a personal reading, then my email address is in the description box below. I only book readings via that email address because I don't book via my social media. There are so many scammers, so be careful, don't get yourself scammed. You can contact me for any of my spiritual services there, and I will chat to you guys next time. Love and light to you.